Hey guys, Rob again, just coming out, and thought I'd give the 450 Pro a quick fly. Haven't flown it for a while. This is the only one I'm still flying on this clunky old 6EX radio, which it's actually okay, but I really should bind it to the new 8FG. It's just that the receiver is packed right in there and I just can't access it to hit the bind button. It's very tight squeeze, and probably one time where my hot glue methods have been a bit of a letdown, but anyway, it's held together. This helicopter's probably had I'd say nearly 300 flights on it, and what amazes me with these helicopters is you pay $50, you pay $60 for them, and they just last. Like the quality's actually pretty good for the money. And you know, this has had one crash, and wasn't due to any fault of the helicopter. It was my own fault for selecting the wrong model in the radio, so you can't really blame the helicopter for that. And between the two models, the aileron was reversed, so the minute I got airborne, it just rolled over onto its side, and it was all over. And all I needed then was to replace this tail boom, the tail, and a new head, and everything else has been great. And as long as I can remember to select the correct model memory, it's all good. Let me just put the canopy on. This one uses the 401 Cyro from Hobby King. The only expensive part on the actual helicopter is the tail servo, which because of the design, let's see if you can see that, it's a Futaba 9257, and that cost I think about $60, which was as much as the kit itself cost. But anyway, it's a great little servo. And the only other thing I don't like about the Pro is the servo is mounted separately to the tail boom, so if the tail boom moves at all, it puts all your trim out, whereas most of the other 450 clones, the servo is actually mounted on the tail boom, so if the tail boom moves a fraction, it's not going to throw your trim out. But anyway, I've got this tail boom locked in nice and tight with Araldite, so it ain't going nowhere. Another thing on the 450 Pro is it is the tail boom version, sorry, the torque tube version. And once again, you know, you read all these stories on the forums about the lack of reliability of the torque tube, or the sensitivity of it to a tail strike. Well, you know, haven't had a problem at all. Probably a few grass stains on the tip of the tail rotor there, and virtually every time I land it'll chop a few blades of grass, but yeah, haven't had a single problem with the torque tube. So I'll probably build another one, I think. Okay, that's enough blathering, even by Brian standards. Okay, here we go. Nice and powerful. It's got the Turnigy 2218 motor on it, so it's plenty of power. And a really rock steady tail. This one's got the, as I said, the Futaba servo, but it's also got the dual tail slide bracket, so it's really nice and positive on the tail control. I'd like to build another one. I think if I build another one, I'd put the Turnigy Gold motor in it. Okay, that's enough fish tanking. Time to see what this baby can do. Actually just flying it a bit tame. The radio, the old 6EX radio, just feels a bit clunky compared to my 8FG, so that translates to my confidence in flying. Anyway, it's got plenty of power. We'll go up and do a couple of loops. Like I said, this thing's had about 300 flights on it, so it's been a great machine. And I always think if I get 100 or 200 flights out of it, I've got my money's worth. So I'm into extra credit with pretty much all the helicopters now. This one's nicely tracked as well. Probably need to tweak that gyro a little bit. It's a bit slow in the pyro rate compared to some of the others, so could probably speed it up a bit. Okay, got a dog just behind me, I think. Here we go. It's going to be fun when I try to land. Let's see if they chase the helicopter. Oh, they're pretty good. That was for you, Brian. Anyway, I just found out a new use for these helicopter cameras. Might have to take the helicopter down to the beach. Okay, I can actually hear the motor starting to lose a bit of power there. This radio doesn't have a timer on it, so I'll just do it by feel. And that feels like enough. See if I can walk it home a little bit before the battery dies completely. Just in front of the helicopter now, you can see there's a car parked on the side of the road. Quite often when I'm flying, cars will just stop and watch for a while. Usually the council workers or just passers by. It's not uncommon. As you can see, that tail's just rock steady, really nice and stable, really nice and smooth. And I'll just land it there and walk it across the road. What I generally do with this one is when I land, I just keep a little bit of forward stick just to keep the weight off the tail and try and keep that rotor away from the ground. Okay, thanks for watching.